Hi guys, Drew here with another Monday musing. My fur babies are in here, so if you hear a snorty dog. This musing was inspired by a post in my Facebook feed. It was from a member of a witchy group I belong to, and I'm not going to go as far as to say triggered me, but it stuck to me. I did not reply to the comment. I didn't feel that in that format it would be easy for me to get my point across without maybe coming off as a jerk or I don't know. And I didn't want that because that's not my intent at all. I'm not trying to be judgmental or nasty in any way. I did not read any of the comments because while some of the people that commented may have been on my wavelength, there may have been no one on my wavelength, and that probably, well, it would have made me sad, really, is how I would feel about it. The post was about the writer wanting to incorporate Reiki into their practice and their magical work. Stop it. And they were asking for advice if anyone had any experience with this. You're being stinky. You're being a pain in my butt. Let me preface this by saying that I'm kind of a bigger picture person. I will do tarot readings and energy readings and what have you. I usually combine them for people. But several years ago, two in particular of my friends kept trying to get me to sort of join one of these psychic hotline kind of deals. I'm sure they had their own reasons, but they kept advising me that, I could make money and yada yada. But my argument then and now remains the same, and that is that I am a bigger picture person. People who reach out on that type of platform for psychic advice are going to inevitably ask questions that I cannot answer, that I don't want to answer. For instance, I know this is off topic, but just stick with me. For instance, is my husband cheating on me? I have friends who can answer that question very easily. I cannot. I'm not going to be able to tap into that. I might get a little hunch or whatever, but it's not going to be a real firm yes or no answer. What I am going to get is there's a bigger problem here. There's a pattern here. What is it within this person that makes them feel like the people they love will betray them and hurt them? Or what is it in this person that makes them choose partners that will betray them and hurt them? There's a bigger pattern. There's a lesson here for the person to learn. And most people don't want to hear that, especially, if you're worried about your loved one having an affair. You're not trying to think about what life lesson that holds for you and what might be going on inside you that you need to take responsibility for and heal in order to live a happy, more successful life. I get that. I totally understand that. And it is important. These earthly things are important to us, but my bigger picture mind and my bigger picture guidance just it doesn't matter. This lifetime is but a second in the grand scheme of things. There's something bigger going on. People don't want to hear that. I understand that. So the point is, I have a tendency to look at things from a higher view, the bigger picture. Now, there are times in my life where this is difficult because, I'm too close to the situation and I cannot see the forest through the trees. But especially when it comes to other people or spiritual issues in particular, issues that are obviously spiritual, I go to the bigger picture. The same holds true for Reiki. I understand that most people, when referring to Reiki, are talking about an energy healing modality. But if I'm not mistaken, Reiki literally translates into spiritual energy, not healing energy, spiritual energy. I use Reiki for healing, but honestly, I use it more for other purposes, such as feeding my plants Reiki, Reikiing my food. And I like to try to think outside the box and do weird things with it, honestly. And in those instances, the majority of the time when I use it, I'm not trying to heal anything. I'm just trying to feed some very high vibrational energy into a person, place, or thing, a situation. We don't need to take Reiki courses to be able to use Reiki. Having said that, if you're drawn to it and you want to, I highly suggest it. I myself have taken Reiki 1, and I have not ruled out the possibility that I will continue my Reiki training. I do not feel it's necessary. I personally took Reiki 1 because I was trying to work through mental blocks I had with regards to energy work, and it helped me do so. Working with Reiki might produce a bit of a different sensation in my body, but it doesn't feel any different than any other energy work I do with regards to the energy itself. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But energy is energy as far as I'm concerned. And when we put up these labels on it and box it off, we kind of limit ourselves. I don't feel that the energy I use when I'm doing my spell crafting or casting circle is any different than the energy I use when I'm channeling Reiki. When you look at the bigger picture, it's all energy, spiritual energy. And while labels and names and boxes can be very useful, they can be very validating, empowering, they can also be very limiting and they can hold us back. I suppose my point is, when you work with energy, there's no need to limit yourself with what kind of energy it is. For instance, when I cast circle, I'm not using my own energy to do so. Now, when I do things in spellcraft, a lot of times I put my own energy into it, but it's still not fully my own energy. I'm still channeling energy from a higher source, from spirit, spiritual energy. Reiki. I suppose part of the problem for me is there's not one right way to do anything. And your craft, your practice is your own. And you're free to do so as you please. So let us stop limiting ourselves and just expand. And keep expanding and growing and becoming bigger and more than what we are. Forgive the ramble, and I am sending loving, beautiful, high vibrational, spiritual energy out to all of you. If you have any opinions or ideas about this topic, please do share. And until next time, much love and gratitude.